life. Yes. Okay. Sweet beautifuls. It's a hot week. Energy-wise, it is. And first of all, I'll just come on live. So, sweet beautifuls. Good morning. Good morning. Yes, it's a lovely day. Good morning. Good morning to you. And then my other one that I'm working on. Happy day. Happy day. Boom, boom. Hey, Elisa. Good morning. Hey, Michelle. Good morning. Sweet beautifuls. I didn't even think about that name. Oh, just how nice it is. Look at my hair looking like a brain down the middle. I pushed it together this morning, but it's just doing its own thing. But that's okay. This is what we do in the morning time. We just make it work. Good morning, Allison. But I knew it was coming when I checked the space weather. Yes, it is warm. Good morning, Margaret. Good morning, Catherine. Let's see how we're looking over here. I got to control my thing. Good morning, Anna. Good morning. It's a happy day. It's a happy day. Boom, boom. It's a happy day. It's a happy day. Today is your day. It's a lovely, lovely good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night for some people too. So, listen now. This is your day to have it your way with your little special seasonings and your little special sprinkles on it. Good morning, Linda. Good morning, Gemma. Good morning. Yes, and it is actually just good day. You know how they say in Australia, good day. Good morning, Lena. Oh, what did I do? Okay, I can still see you. That's all that matters. Okay, that's the main thing. I can see you. Now, hey, you guys, did you notice that I put in the page this morning the massage acupressure points? It's on there. So even if you missed it, it's in there so you can look at it. You know, I get so busy, and especially on Friday, I'm sleepy, and then on Saturday I do work at the office. So just know that it's a big effort. But my commitment lets me get it all in there in my own time. Like sometimes I don't make my little deadlines that I set for myself, but I'm okay with it, and you should be too. Don't worry about things like that. The important thing is that you're healthy and you're living each day with potentials and fulfillment the way you like it. You see? That's most important. It doesn't matter about, I missed the deadline. No. That stuff doesn't matter. It washes out. And you know how they say, it comes out in the rinse. Like that. All right. Let's see. What is it? Why is that there? Okay, hold on. Yes, good morning, Nancy. All right. What is? You guys are coming on pretty quick here. All right. Oh, okay. That's all it is. All right. Okay. Now listen. Okay, so I got the last minute stuff. I got it. But there was one that I overlooked from last week. So with this, it's a good morning. It's a good morning. It's, we had one last week. Excuse me, Lena, I think it was you. It was appreciation, and then you also put gratitude. But what I chose for today was appreciation, and then I'm still going to do timeline jumping and moving forward. I'm going to move through. Those are kind of related, so we're going to do those. It's a good morning, you guys. You got to feel into yourself and go, ooh, my heartbeat. Ooh, that feels nice. You got to make it where you can enjoy your own experience, because life is really about you. This whole thing is really not about all this stuff out here. It's really about, ooh, how do I feel? Ooh, am I okay? That's really what it's about. Okay? All right. So appreciation. First up, this is going to involve another Segmet definition, because I saw in the newer modern dictionaries and plus on the Google part, listen to this and tell me if you have a little bit of like, is that right? Okay, then I'm going to go into the Segmet definition. Now, appreciation, recognition, and enjoyment of the good qualities of someone or something. So, Correct me if I'm wrong, but appreciation has been reduced to recognition or just enjoyment. So I looked into it. I said sometimes there's a part two to these things. Let me see. Let me see if I can find that. Let's see. So I found a part two. And the part two was a full understanding of a situation. Not. I confidently disagree with these definitions. Let's go with the Segmet definition so you guys will understand what I'm saying. Now, first, I'm gonna start off. You know how I do with one of my little stories or analogies. So, let's just take your home or your car. If there is appreciation, you know what that means. That means the value of that car or that home increases. You see, the value of the home or the car increases. So guess what appreciation is for us on the people level? What it really is, Segmet definition alert, is when we assign value to something and uplift it. In other words, increase how we feel about that level of value. Expand how we feel about that level of value. In other words, we increase the value that we feel. Whatever it is, personal, very personal, about someone or something. Okay? So, for instance, you know how somebody will do something for you and you say, oh, thank you. Many times, and people who know me know I say this, many times I say, thank you, I appreciate you. But that is a statement about me and how I feel for within myself. It's really not about the other person. That what I have decided to do within myself is to raise the value, the value of that person in my life. So I appreciate them. I expand it. That's my own personal feeling though. You see how that differs from what I already said previously? And I won't just keep repeating because it is recorded. So you guys get to be able to go back again. So this is appreciation. Appreciation is, I'm talking about from our personal connected self, is when we decide for ourselves to add or increase value to a person or a thing. It is our choice though. It is our choice. It's not an understanding based on standards. It's not a recognition based on what's happening outside of you. Recognition means that you recognize something that's already there. What I'm talking about is a creating from a choice base, a creating the expansion of the value for yourself. That's why some people like, I'm just doing simple things like cars. Some people like maybe a sports car two-seater, whereas other people really love an SUV. And it's because they have two different types of lifestyles. They have two different types of personalities. It's a within choice. Appreciation is indicative of your own state of being. That's what appreciation is. Okay? All right, let's keep it moving here. Let's see. Thank you guys. I appreciate you. And I mean it. Okay, now let's go into some of that stuff that seems a little bit more complex or less tangible. Tangible being able to touch, right? So, timeline jumping. Now, you all brace yourself. Strap yourself in. Click up, depending on which side of the road you drive on, right? I'm going to disagree with a lot of people on what they talk about here. Because what I'm going to say is that we exist on so many realms at the same time. It's a good morning. It feels good when you just say, it's a good morning. It's a good morning. We exist on so many realms at the same time that we, right here, are not timeline jumping. We are not. What we are doing when it looks like, different timeline, is we are participating in all of ourselves. Not necessarily all at the same time, but another self, and 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 another self. The awareness becomes alive and real. And then you can actually participate from that place and space. That's actually what timeline jumping is. It's not, you see me in my little blue right here, my little polka dots. It's not from this vessel that I inhabit on this physical space realm and like 2020, right? The year 2020. And then all of a sudden, with my connections and faculties here of this physical life here on Earth 2020, I shift all of this and go into, like a 3690, right? But I'm still in a physical domain, but it's a 3690. I'm talking about years. No, it's me becoming aware of the being that is already there. The self that is already there at the 3690, and I have awareness, and I step in with presence in that 3690 self. I hope that is very clear what I'm saying. So we are not jumping. We are just becoming aware and being present to a self that exists on another realm, another dimension, or another timeline. Now remember now, get this one too now. On many realms, there's no time-space continuum. This is part of a physical type setup. We know how we say space, time, right? And this is how we measure a lot of things, like how far are you down the road, right? Stuff like that. So in a lot of domains, in a lot of realms, in a lot of dimensions, all those things meaning kind of the same thing, overlapping, there's no time to even jump on. So do you guys see why I'm explaining it the way it really is? Because the thing is that I really know how to do it. And I hear a lot of these explanations, and they're very mental, and they're a lot of times come from people who don't actually do the thing. You see? So just be aware that we are way more capable than what we are taught in our little schools and colleges, and even daily existence from parents and things. There's a whole bunch more there. Remember how I talk about the senses? Well, the ability to be present and then shift where you're present, that's a sense. That's a sense. That's not a talent or a gift. Remember, talents and gifts are unique, like your fingerprints, only yours. But senses, we all can do. Okay? Now, all right. Are we cooking with grease or what? Okay, let's see. Parallel possibilities. Now, you know it's way more than just parallel, right? Because you are a science teacher, Elisa. So it's way more than parallel. It's also, all of those obtuse, acute angles and such. Okay? So make sure you know it's not just parallel. It's all over. It's all over, okay? So just be clear about that, all right? Okay, let's see. Okay, wait a minute. Experience our wider self. Okay, Michelle, you said wider self. I'm saying selves with an S. Okay? So remember all that we are. Oh, I have a good example. I'll use one of these stones on the ring, okay? So a good example is our pure consciousness. Okay, I'm going to put it up close so you guys can see that it's actually a little stone there. There, that's good. That's a good angle. So just, you see it's faceted, right, as I rotate it around. All right, so the best example is if what we are as a pure I am presence, from pure consciousness, is one ray shooting through the back of, the back of this stone. However, when it comes out, it's going to be like 50 million rays coming out because of all of those facets, you understand? So that's like, there's like a refraction type of filter thing that we are. And I'm talking about the pure light being self, not the stuff you could touch, okay? So when it all comes out and all those rays come out of all those facets, Every one of those are a self. Every one of those. And they're not necessarily connected. That's why I'm clearing up the wider self part. Okay? So each one of those ends up on a dimension, on a realm, on an existence path, a life journey. Okay? And sometimes they're in the same galaxy and sometimes they're not. And even things like that's why I said time, space, continuum stuff gets kind of thrown out the window because of where all of the existences go. Okay? Existences go. That's a bit of a word, isn't it? Okay, my dear. So I hope I explained that pretty good. And then feeling dimensions from within the body, Lena, let me just be really clear. This is a present issue. This is being present. And you have to be feeling to be present. And from being present, there is awareness. It's not like, oh, right here on this location, I can get to such and such domain. Or right here on this dimension, I can get to such and such dimension. It starts to get a little bit too mental and it doesn't even work like that. Okay? All right. So now the next one that I kind of caught this morning. Good morning, Pablo. Oh, that's a nice blessing. Okay, now let me. Yes. Okay, cookie with grease. Okay, my little thing is going slow. Come on now. All right. Oh, thank you. Cause you know. These examples, when I just whipped off my ring and was like, okay, what do I have? On the spot, I use whatever is right here. I hope you guys let yourself do that too. Like, no matter what, the show goes on. You just use whatever you have, okay? And then, I love all these emoticons, Lena. They're so pretty. Okay, so you guys look pretty clear. My little thing here. Oh, there, I got it. All right. All right. And then cells, Teresa. And then the cells are related to each other like higher self and personality self. Well, I'm telling you guys, remember how I always say I don't mentally qualify things? But that's because my experience is broad and vast. And I learned that most of this thing is outside of the understanding of the mind. So right when you think you got it, you know how you grab something like, I got it. Then when you're in it, it goes way past what you thought things would be. So just be aware, and it's always good. Now, don't think that this is a horror story. It's not. It's just the awareness of what really is there versus what we thought and understood it to be. That's where you get into the like, oh, it's actually all of that too, like that. So that's why when you guys say, oh, like this or oh, like that, the best thing is to cultivate with your own divine current flow, and then slowly you start to experience stuff and you go, whoa, what was that? That was like an amusement park ride, but it was nice, but I don't know what that was. And it gets to be this surprising type of joy. And this is over time now, nice and slow. Nothing that's shocking to the system, okay? All right. Okay, you guys. It's a good morning. This is lovely. Isn't this nice that we get to discuss these type of topics? Because where else do you get to do it? I have friends who are like way up scientists, way up. And even they don't get to sit around and talk like this, like what we're doing. On timeline dumping and things like this, All right, you guys, get your water. It's time for us to blend it all in and get our divine current breathing going and just really, really, really participate in our own divine shift because we choose it to be so. It's a good morning, sweet beautifuls. Get your water. All right. Okay. Okay, nice and comfortable. Remember to listen to the sound of the inhale and exhale. This is not the time for your affirmations or anything like that. Just listen to the sound of your inhale and exhale. Everything is ease and grace, no forcing, no holding, okay? And don't try to keep up with me. And remember, as you do this throughout your day, make sure you're on top of your hydration. I can't impress that enough, because the reason why it's divine current breathing is because it really does expand the divine current within every cell and molecule, and it registers like a type of internal heat. Even though sometimes you don't feel hot, it registers like that, and you'll get dehydrated that fast. And you got to stay on top of that for your actual physical functions. Okay? All right, my dears, ready? Here we go. And here we are. Boy, was that a deep one. I felt all kind of releases go through me. And I'm super hot right now. Like super hot. Physically hot. So, this is what I mean. Today was a good one, because there's a lot of integration, and that's what we want. We want integration with the divine current presence, your own, into your own cellular and molecular structure. Actually shifting, literally shifting, and then also expanding your field and all that you are. So it's a good morning. It's a good morning. It's a good morning. I'd just like to say that. And one time I experimented, and I was just at the store. In fact, it was only a couple of days ago, and it was evening time, and the person was getting a little agitated. And so I just, out of the blue, I went, "It's a good morning." And they were like, yeah, it's a good morning. And all of their stuff left. So you guys, that was my little experiment. All of their little irritation left on the spot. And so I said, you know what? This good morning presence, we might be able to use it farther than what we're thinking about. Yeah. So that's just a little idea and an experience that I had. So I just used it as like a slogan kind of thing instead of a reality connection. You see? All right, my dears, it's time to sign off. The I love yous coming right up. Okay. Every time you hear my voice to you, yes, I love you from my heart and the gateway that I am, and all the love comes to you. And then when you say I love you, yes, some comes to me. But most importantly, all those selves that we just addressed, the I love you is to all that you are. Loving on you. All right, my dears? 3 times. Here we go. I love you. I love you. I love you. And I will see you next time. Remember, this day is yours for the making, for the taking, and for the creating. Put your little spices in there, your little unique sparkles and sprinkles, just like we do all the time, but make it for you. Just a little something just for you. This is your divine gift that no one can erase or lessen. My dears, it's a good morning. Sweet beautifuls, I will see you next time. Mwah.